answers, or you get the sword.
Do your worst.
The psychos just keep getting younger.
Talk.
Missing something?
Not in the mood for games.
I have a kid here. Says he's your son.
I'll be right there.
Really ticks me off after all those lectures he gave me about using protection.
Indeed. Are you all right, Master Dick?
I took the cut. I can take the stitch.
Maybe you need more anesthetic.
And maybe you need to go
Master Dick.
Maybe you should remember who the Blood Son is.
Bloodthirsty's more like it.
This was yours?
Still is. Keep your hands off it, kid.
Is this what you wore in training?
It's what I wore when I went on patrol.
The only thing it's missing is lace trim and a sun hat.
You don't fool me. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking you could be Robin. Well, you can't.
I don't need some insipid costume and a bird name. I'm way beyond your kind of simplistic training, as you saw tonight.
Don't forget, you lost that fight.
What's going on, ladies and gents, in Cyberland, coming back to another film review. Son of Batman. So, I forget where exactly it picks up in the DC timeline, but the film is pretty much about Damian Wayne. Damian Wayne is the child, the byproduct of Bruce Wayne and Talia Al Ghul. Damian knows he has a father, he just never met him. Bruce doesn't know he exists right now. And where the film starts is Damian's been pretty much since he could walk. He's been training. He's been trained by Raj and Talia to be Ra's al Ghul's successor, since Bruce is not going to do it, and he never was going to do it. Unfortunately, the League of Assassins gets attacked. Ra's al Ghul apparently dies, and Talia, now trying to get some things in order, decides to drop him off with Bruce. And of course, Damian and Bruce do not see eye to eye. They get in a bunch of arguments, and at one point, even Dick gets in a fight or two with Damian. At the same time, we have Deathstroke pretty much trying to create an army of assassins with the help of the former Man-Bat, but I think he's forcing him to do it. And that's pretty much the gist of the film. There's a lot of action, there's a lot of good dialogue, got a lot of detective work being done. And for the most part, it's a solid Batman film. However, I am not a fan of Damian Wayne. I've never been a fan of Damian. To me, he's always come off as a poor man's Jason Todd. It's like, to me, Damian is where all the things they did wrong with Jason in the 80s before they killed him as Robin, they try to find a way to not do the same thing with Damian to an extent. But the problem with Damian is he's too fucking arrogant. He doesn't listen, just like Jason, and Jason was also arrogant. And also the fact that it's just like, he thinks for his age he can just kind of do what he wants. There's no consequence. And at the same time, his attitude is that he's better or more equipped than Dick, Jason, or Tim. And still to this day, Tim has not been given justice. I just don't get it. I don't know what it is about DC with Tim Drake, but you know, the disrespect that they have done with that character just pisses me the fuck off. You know, you guys have done stuff with Dick. You've done stuff with Jason, at least when why he became the Red Hood. But with Tim, you guys just, you know, you just don't respect that character. You just don't. You've never given him proper justice. You've always tried to deviate from Tim Drake, and it's just like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. You give Damian proper due. I don't think they've shown Stephanie yet. And then even the chick from The Dark Knight Returns, you know, you gave her proper due. But it's like, when it comes to Tim Drake, you guys just can't you just can't do him right. You just can't do it. And I think that's what bothers me the most too, is to see, you know, I would have been happier if you guys had done a couple films or something about Tim coming in after Jason died. That was a good storyline. And I know because I read it, where when Tim came in and how he became Robin, that would have been a fantastic storyline to do. It would have been great. But guys just won't do it. I don't know, maybe because you gotta pay somebody. I don't know what the hell is the problem, but it's just like, I just don't get it. And I'm not impressed with Damian. I've never been impressed with the character. Ever since the first time I saw him in the comics, I just was like, I don't care for him. He reminds me too much of Jason Todd, and his behaviors, his mannerisms, I just don't care for it. I don't hate Damian anymore as I originally used to, but he's entertaining to watch on screen. But other than that, I'll be honest, like, for me, what kept me interested in watching this film was watching Dick. I love Dick Grayson. He's not my favorite Robin, but I love him as Nightwing. And seeing Bruce. I don't care. Damian was entertaining, but it was just like, okay, you know, I wasn't excited to see him when he was on screen. He has a purpose, and I think as he matures later, you know, I like him to some degree, but it's not my cup of tea. And it's not, because that doesn't make this film a bad film. I give it an 8 out of 10 yes sirs. I think the only thing that was, I felt the film could have been longer, and then it would have been nice to show more of Dick kind of working with Damian and explaining things to him to some degree. That would have been nice to see, because, you know, that did happen at one point in the comic too. But overall, I'm just not a fan of Damian Wayne. I'm just not. I don't think I'll ever be. You know, maybe that'll change. Maybe as I get older. I don't know. I've just never been a fan of Damian Wayne. I just haven't. I'm just not impressed with him. I don't really care for him. I don't like his behavior. Nonetheless, please don't take what I'm saying about Damian Wayne to say this is a bad film. Again, this is a great film. And Damian was badass in it, but I just don't care for his character. Talia had her moments to some degree. I was actually surprised with what happened to Ra's al Ghul. I just didn't see that happening the way it did, but it did. I was quite shocked. But overall, it was entertaining. and I can't say it's a bad film. I can't say it drags or anything. I felt it could have been probably added an extra 20, 25 minutes to it. Maybe shown some more detective stuff going on. Probably would have been best. I mean, not so much action, because it had so much action, and the action choreography was definitely well written, was performed pretty good. So I would just say, if you like all the DC animated stuff, then check it out. You'll enjoy it, and if you like Damian Wayne, you'll enjoy it, because he does put in some work. I'm just saying, for me, I'm just not a fan of his character. His fight scenes are amazing, but I'm just not a fan of him as a character. So, yeah. That being said, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care.